Hi guys, welcome back. I am Maya with Simply Bloom. So I wanted to bring you along today. It's going to be a little bit different of a video. We are going to attempt to make a, wow, it's bright. I just noticed it's an overcast day. I just came outside from inside. It's bright. I almost need sunglasses. Today we are going to attempt to make a table centerpiece of things from the garden. We had a little get together for a special occasion last night, and I made a centerpiece using those water beads and just some white glass beads, I guess you could say. It turned out so beautiful with floating candles, and it was gorgeous, so pretty. And I originally tried to do it in a bigger vase with some Christmas ornaments, just some sparkly gold and red Christmas ornaments, but I found that when I added the water, all the ornaments just floated to the top. So after that, I switched to the glass beads, and as I was doing it, I was like, I wonder if I could use stuff from the garden and hopefully they won't just float to the top like the ornaments did. So I thought I would come out here, grab a few things from the garden. First and foremost, I am going to be grabbing some of these Red Splendor crab apples here, and I thought I would grab a couple little branches of some pine trees. If I had pine cones, I'd find those too, but they would probably float to the surface. I'm not sure. We're gonna try. We're gonna grab a few things and I'll bring you inside and I'll show you the next step. So, like I mentioned, we're gonna grab some of these crab apples. I'm not sure how many. I'm just gonna kind of pull them off. I actually wonder if an actual branch would be better. We'll grab a couple actual, and then I might clip a branch or like a bundles, kind of like this. I don't know how many to get. Okay, I think that's good. One more for safekeeping. I was thinking more along the lines of a spruce, but I was thinking maybe this lemon cypress might be pretty. I don't know, it's a little bit more golden than I would like because it's froze. We'll do that. We'll go get some spruce too. I like this one a little bit better because I feel like it's more green. Okay. This is my favorite spruce on the property. Blue diamond blue spruce. I feel kind of bad cutting it because I love it so much, but it'll just come back even thicker. Oh, smell. Normally, I feel like spruce trees don't smell that good. I think of more balsam, but this smells good. Okay, there's some pretty different color variations. There's some red, the blue of the blue diamond blue spruce, the green of the lemon cypress. Let's see what we can do with this. I decided I'm going to grab some of this spruce as well. I don't know what it is. White spruce maybe? I don't know. Something native to northern Minnesota. And it will just add another color, pop of color. More green. All right, this will work. Look at this proudberry coralberry. We had wind chill, I think it was close to 15 below the other day. Close to, I'm not entirely sure. I know it was colder than at least 5 below. Maybe 10 below, maybe 15, I don't know. Depending on who you ask, you get different answers. But look it's still green and shining. It's the most impressive shrub, proudberry coralberry. Normally gets pink berries on it. I planted it this year, so I didn't get any berries on it. But I am so impressed with this plant, handling the cold weather, and it's still shining green. I don't know if you can tell. It doesn't look as green on camera, but in real life it is bright green. Okay, back inside. It's actually a while later. I ended up making this one. I filmed it. I will show that in a little bit. I was going to do a voiceover, and I realized, you know what, I just want to sit down and talk with you as I do it, and I think that'd be way easier than trying to match up a voiceover. Those are quite tricky. So this is my trial run, and I feel like for the most part it turned out really good. So I wanted to walk you through with how I did it. Now, like I mentioned earlier, I just got these water beads off of Amazon, and then I also got these floating candles. Both of these work really, really well. I'll leave them linked below in the description box, or you just go to Amazon and just search water beads and floating candles. Tons of different options popped up. If you don't know what water beads are, I got these, like I said, off of Amazon. They are literally these tiny, tiny, tiny beads. When you put in water, they absorb the water and they blow up to just jelly-like beads full of water. They're the coolest things ever. Super satisfying to play with. But we are going to use these to make our centerpieces. So when you get the clear ones and you add water, they literally disappear into the water, and it gives it that effect that things are like frozen in time. I made this when my husband got home and he's like, "Did you freeze that? It looks like it's just frozen still in there." And it's so cool. So what I did is I added, there are instructions on the back side. It says soak 1 ounce of beads in at least 1 gallon of water, and 1 ounce of beads will fill a glass vase that is 12 inches by 4 inches. I didn't exactly measure. I started off with adding 2 tablespoons, and then I just added a good, probably like half a gallon of water. And then as the beads absorbed, I noticed the water was disappearing, and I just kept checking it every hour and adding more water to it as we went. And here we are. You're supposed to let them soak for at least 4 hours. I have found though that they will continue to soak up water even after that. So like a good 6 hours. And then you have to think water will slowly be evaporating over time. So this is probably something, if you want to keep for a long time, you'll have to keep topping off the water throughout the holiday season or whatever occasion if you plan on keeping it for longer than one day. Okay, I am going to be doing this in these 2 little glass vases. I plan on having this one as the centerpiece and then these on either side. So I'm just going to take my water beads and do a layer on the bottom of each of these vases. Going in, I'm going to start with some of my lemon cypress, and I'm going to try to make these fairly identical on either side, and then maybe a bunch of my red splendor crab apples. And I'm thinking, ouch, they're as pokey as rose thorns. Some blue spruce, like this. And then I'm going to do another layer just to cover the berries. Now you can find things on Amazon. I think if you just look up like water bead decorations, other things come up that you can use as well. Now these aren't technically from the garden, but I know I mentioned that I had used these glass like glass beads. I'm gonna throw those in too because they kind of look like white pearls, and I'm not technically from the garden, but they're really pretty. And I love the way they look. Okay, beads, the glass beads are in, adding more of this. Like I mentioned earlier, I tried doing this with some plastic ornaments, and they just floated straight to the top. So you need something with a little bit of weight. But glass ornaments, glass beads, these berries and pine boughs are working just fine. So I have another layer on top of the glass beads, and I'm gonna go in with some more berries. And I'm thinking a little, maybe some of this green spruce. Okay, I'm gonna call that good. It seems like with this one I added too many water beads, and there's just a layer of water beads on top. So I want these to be a little bit more space. I'm gonna get a pitcher of water, and we will fill these with water, and that's when it is all revealed. Now, watch the beads disappear as I slowly add this, and then the garden elements that we added and the white glass beads will appear. So cool. Now there are a few air bubbles, but I found that as it sits, the air bubbles kind of disappear. Going to top it with our floating candles. All right, I am going to play the video that I got of me making this one now, and then we will light up the candles and I will show you what it looks like. Okay, you guys, here they are. My table runner could use a nice iron, but I have the candles lit and I love how it looks. You can see the lemon cypress in there and right there, and the crab apples, the blue spruce. You can see the white beads that I added to the ones on the side. I'm honestly not sure if I like it with all the other garden stuff. It looked much more neat when it was just the beads and like just the glass beads and the water beads together. Now that it's mixed with the garden elements, I think I would have preferred to leave the beads out, but that's okay. We learn from what I do. Absolutely gorgeous. I love these. I'm obsessed. I'm not sure how long this water will stay clear, being that it's with the crab apples, which were frozen, and the fact that this is almost 12 hours later, they're still looking really, really good. So crab apples were frozen, just having real elements. I get the feeling eventually the water might start to turn murky. It might start to make like a tea. But if you want to do this for like a night event or for a couple weeks during the holiday season, I think we'll totally be fine. You can see how I mentioned there's like a layer of water beads. Even when I did less water beads and more water, you can still see, still get that layer. But overall, I am so impressed with this and I absolutely love it. Love it, love it, love it. Okay guys, that is it. Like I said, I love it. I'm obsessed. This is so fun to do. I highly recommend you doing it, especially just going out. Like I said earlier, even if you don't have crab apples or pine trees or anything like that, you could go to the store, get some cranberries, go to your local garden center. They always have little scraps of like pine scraps that you could get, or buy a small bundle, or you don't even have to use this. You could do anything. Try it with some dried hydrangea blooms or some echinacea seed pods or something. And this, I feel like you can't go wrong with this. Anything would look beautiful in here. But that is it for today. I hope you all have a great day and I'll see you next time. Bye.